Look, they're saying Annabelle. They know my name. They don't know yours.
They don't know me.
From New York. Oh, they know your name.
Someone knows me.
He's always saying when his phone goes off, he's like, nobody loves me. Jara. Hey guys, we're from Tampa. We'll give a chance to let everybody log in. I don't know what I'm touching right now. So. Don't touch the screen. No. Sorry, leave it. Somebody else knows your name. This is us from California. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Happy Monday. My hair looks like... Where else is everyone from? London says hi. Hey London, California, Pennsylvania, West Palm Beach, Virginia. Wow, everybody. Alright, so 2:27, 2:30. Give it one more minute. Houston, Mexico. Wow, from all over the world. Alright, so at 2:50. Alright, so hey guys, my name is Annabelle.
I'm David.
And this is my husband David. We are from Tampa, Florida, so hello to everyone and thank you guys for logging in. They just asked us to do the training, so we were like, yeah, let's do it. So our story, I talk a lot, so you might not hear very much coming from David just when I let him talk. So we started Herbalife officially August of 2013, and we got our products, but like right then and there, within 2 weeks, I found out that I was pregnant. So pretty much from 2013 August to May of the following year, it was just really just consumption here and there throughout my entire pregnancy with my son. It wasn't until May of 2014 that I obviously started getting, my results. I was a full-time nurse at the time, and I'll get into that why I say that I was working, 36, 48-hour weeks on my feet all the time. So I felt great and amazing with the products while I took them throughout my entire pregnancy. I had energy. And then, in the beginning, he didn't want to do the products because he says that he's, shakes are for girls, just like all the guys say. And then I started noticing that my products were just getting, especially my cookies and cream, just started like going down the drain. And I'm like, he's like, I really like it. So himself, I'm sorry, I know I'm telling them your story, but himself, he had gained some weight. Also, I guess sympathy weight when I was pregnant with Oliver. And by a little bit, I mean like 15 pounds extra that he didn't need. And then I started, losing the weight, the healthy weight, and people around me started noticing. So, especially at work. So they're like, hey, what are you doing? And obviously, I couldn't take my button or anything like that to work, but I would always have my tea mug and everything with me. So I said, I'm doing Herbalife. So I got with my coach, Katya, and I said, look, everyone's asking me. And she said, do you want to learn how to make some extra income? And I said, of course. We just had a newborn who couldn't benefit from extra income. So we attended our first event, which was an STS, and I remember it exactly because I personally had family coming out of the country, and they were going to take us to Disney. So I told Kathy, I was like, look, I have family coming in, and I really can't attend the event. And she's like, Annabelle, is Disney going to pay your bills? And I was like, wow. She was very direct. And I was like, no, Disney's not going to pay my bills. So I was like, babe, we're going to this event. I really want to make this work. People are asking, so I really want to find out more information. I loved my first event. Not so much him, but it took him a little bit. I loved it. I loved the environment. I loved the people. I loved everyone screaming. I'm Cuban. I'm loud myself. And I just love all the testimonies that, were up on stage. And I remember, like, listening to people saying, I'm a nurse. I quit my job. I do this around my kids. And I was like, wow, I'm inspired. I want to be able to do that. And I never really thought it would happen, but I just kept going. So since that event, we haven't missed an event ever since then. The next event that we were going to attend was Extravaganza, and we actually argued the entire way. He's like, we made a lot of excuses. By we, I mean David. He was like, sorry to put you out. He's like, who's going to watch the kids? Because at the time, he also I have 2 stepsons, so there was a total of three boys. Who's going to watch the kids? And I was like, look, if Katya says that we need to go to Extravaganza and that's going to change our life, then we need to go Extravaganza. So we're going to come up with the money. Let's not be stingy, because I know that we have it. And of course, we waited till like the week of, so tickets were so much more expensive. But we got there and completely blew our mind. And in the end, he was like, pretty much, thank you, for making me go. So all you people that have non-supportive spouses, it doesn't necessarily have to be a husband, because we know people that, the wife is not the supportive one. Just give them their time, and, continue to be consistent, and they will follow. They will see. Once you start bringing in income as well, if that's what attracts them, to do the business with you, just continue and never give up. And that's what we were taught to, guys. Never quit. So we went to Extravaganza. We loved it. Made new friends. Got to meet, George and Disney. And after Extravaganza, you want to take over? Or you want me to?
Hi, I'm David. So after Extravaganza, we started doing the business part-time with the time that we had. I worked 40 hours a week. I still work 40 hours a week as a nurse. She was working 3 12-hour shifts or 4 12-hour shifts. So we worked the business around with what time we had. And for me, that was, we took the full-time mentality into Herbalife because we saw the vision. Prior to Extravaganza, we were dabbing in Herbalife business. Our volume points were a high consumer, and then after Extravaganza, we've never gone below 2,500.
The month of
Extravaganza, we came back and we did 2,500, and we started making cuts to world team. Unfortunately, we're still world team, but that's okay. We'll get past there.
Yeah.
So, but we saw the vision, and we knew that this is something that we wanted to do, and so we just had to figure out how to do it. Where are we going to spend our time? And maybe that meant not going to the movies. For me, silly as it is, we use social media a lot as our daily method of operation. So whatever little time I have in following or unfollowing, like say I have to go to the bathroom and I'm at the urinal, I'll follow there. It's weird, but I can follow 20 people because I need to fit in my time. I spend 40 hours a week at work. I spend another hour and a half driving, so a day. So my time is limited. But that Extravaganza narrowed our focus into propelling us to wanting to reach our goals.
I can tell them about my time.
Yeah, heard that.
not as hands-on as I am because I was an ICU nurse, so everything's on the go, fast-paced. Guys, I had to find the time. We use social media as our main DMO. We've tried doing fit camps, and we've gone out on the streets to hand out flyers. For us personally, that didn't work because we knew that we couldn't be consistent with it every day. We knew that we couldn't hold a fit camp every single week at the same time, or we couldn't go out there and pass 4,000 flyers every single day. That was just for us. But we knew that social media for us was going to work, and because we saw our sponsors do it, we saw people that were doing it, and I was like, well, why can't we do that? That's something that I can reach out to millions of people and do it from anywhere. With the time that I had, it was very limited, but we figured out a way around it. And at work, on my break, I would go and, guys, I would post my lunch, or I would go into the bathroom and I would take a break and I would post something. And I have alarms, like some of my patients are like, your alarm keeps going off. I'm like, oh, don't worry about that. It's just, my lunchtime or my snack. When really in reality it was, okay, you need to make some time right now to go post on IG, post something, post my children, post a quote, something that's going to inspire people. Nothing negative, because there's already so much more negative in the world. No one wants to see that. You want to be able to inspire others, and you never know whose life you're going to touch. So I did that, and even if it meant me staying up later, I did that too, guys. I would stay up midnight, 1 o'clock, and I would have to be up at 5:30 to be at work by 6:30. So it was so worth it now, because in January, after we had baby Jay, he looked at me right in the delivery room, and he's like, you cannot go back to work. So I became full-time Herbalife as of January, and we matched our income that same month, and last month we gave ourselves $1,000 raise. I was like in shock when I saw last month's check. I started crying, and I said, with nursing, it's a very rewarding job, and you can expand, but the time freedom that I get to have now with my kids, and what I can do and help out so many more people means, I can't put a price on that, and I can't even put words to describe how I felt. In regards to him, he does still work full time. My personal goal, which apparently he didn't know this, is now to bring him home, because I see that it's possible. It's very different just having one parent home than having two, because we had to share our time off when sorry, I'm getting emotional. Go ahead.
So I never actually thought about not working. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've done everything, and I kind of fell into nursing, and I've sort of taken off from there, and I'm just a worker. That's just kind of what I thought my life was supposed to be. Then we met Oliver, and we started doing decent in the business. Last year for the whole year I don't think we made less than $1,300 a month. That's good part-time income. But that's not enough to stay home for us. And so last year we started making preparations for her to stay home, because that was our goal, for her to stay home first. So we started making preparations, paying off debt, just getting rid of everything that we don't need, living below our means, to the point of knowing that we can do it. Because January we made $3,000, and that's good money, but that's not what we make as nurses. made $4,200. That exceeded what Annabelle was making.
Working extra.
Working 48 hours a week in the hospital. So by taking last year to prepare for January for her to stay home, has really set us up, hopefully, for future success. But I remember I had to go get milk for Oliver, but I remember coming back home and thinking, man, I don't want to go back to work. And that's only because of Herbalife. I've never thought like that before. So that is the next step in with us, is for me to stay home. And we've got a number figured out, and we got a plan to get there.
So, sorry. I always get emotional. I don't know if you guys see my snap. So that, like you said, we were planning for me to go full time, but the plan wasn't for January, guys. Katya was asking me, when's your plan, when's your date, and I never really told her. I knew that I had a contract with my old job, and I had to wait. If not, I had to pay a lot of money back. So I was like, well, my contract's coming up, but I never really, it was scary, is I guess the most part, that fear of, of letting my husband and my family down. And here we go again. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so letting that, that fear of letting them down, because I'm always on the go. So, we just kind of a leap of faith, hope, and like as soon as I had baby Jolie, like I don't know, 2 hours like after I delivered, I was sitting there just helping people start with a nutrition plan, and he told me, he's like, you can't go back to work. Since we were both working for the same place, we had to share our time off, which even sucked even more. So I didn't, with Oliver, I never really got my full 3 months off. But I knew that I had to return to work with her. When he told me, he's like, you're not going back to work. You're going to tell your boss that, this is it, that you're done. The time that he was off, that's what he meant about getting milk for Oliver. He was like, I don't want to return to work. And I looked at him and I said, he's not that kind of person. He's always been, even if he's dying, he'll go to work. He'll be like, at least they'll send me home, but I'll be here. He's like, I don't want to go back. And I said, I don't know if it has to do anything with, because he had his first girl, because it changes them. But I told him, I was like, my goal for you is to come home and bring you home, because I've seen people that do it. I follow Erica and Javi, and I see how he asked her, what day of the week is it? And I do that to myself now. I make the example of how I had to make an appointment, and I don't have to be like, well, let me check my schedule to see what day I can take off. No, I can just tell, my doctor, whoever, I can come this day, or when I can work around your schedule. So to me, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you want to emphasize like what we do on social media, how we? I can talk. Yes. Okay, so some tips for you guys. We were always taught to remain coachable. Whatever your coach says is whatever you. If Katya would ask us, to jump, we would say how high. Like in the beginnings when we didn't have iPhones, she's like, you need to get an iPhone, and we were like, okay, let's go get iPhones, because we decided to use social media as our DMO, and she was 100% right. So when we tell you guys this, is because our sponsors already have made the mistakes, so they're not trying to make it more difficult for you guys. They're trying to give you an easier way, so you don't make those same mistakes. Plug into trainings. These trainings, guys, they're not required by Herbalife, but it's something that George and Disney started. And look, there's like 500 of you guys logged in right now. So congratulations to all of you who took the time out of your day, out of your night, to go ahead and log in and to listen. Events are key to growth. I mean, look, extravaganza, when they said completely changes your life, it does, because it helps you see the vision and it gives you that momentum to keep pushing forward. And so do the smaller events. Those are fuel to your fire. And you want to go ahead and continue to go. And like I mentioned earlier, guys, you don't ever want to quit. It can be 20 years from now, maybe, that if your ultimate goal is to reach press team. But you have to ask yourself, would I still want it in 20 years? And to me, the answer is yes. Would I still want it 20 years from now? The answer is yes, because I don't want to give up what I worked so hard. And my focus has always been my children. I don't want to, it's like looking at them and saying, okay, you're not worth it to me. You're not worth me continuing this. You're not worth me helping change others' lives to be able to stay home with you. Because now that I've stayed home with them for like the last 2 months every single day, I could never just, go back.
So our children are a why, and we don't use them as an excuse. That's a huge thing. You can't let your why be also your excuse. And we get that a lot, actually. I mean, from certain people. We have 4 kids. I have 4 kids. 2 from a previous marriage. And I don't have them all the time. I generally have them on STS days. Yes. Unfortunately. STS days. But I still go to the STS. I know that them being with a babysitter, or her mom, fortunately, is going to be better in the long run. I don't let that be an excuse. In the beginning, I almost did. That's the reason I hated the first STS I went to.
He did.
I hated it. It was a speaker from Miami who should remain nameless.
He didn't connect. The speaker wasn't bad. He just didn't connect. He wasn't as sociable. Guys, he's gringo. Please forgive him.
He's the complete opposite of me. But I tell you, Herbalife is kind of magical. Personal development is key.
Yes.
I now follow him on Facebook because he has what I don't have. I'm not his personality, so I follow him so I can learn from him. I didn't get that at the first STS. All I got was a migraine. But I've grown. My 4th event, I fell in love. It was to the point where she could try to talk to me during the event. I was like, shh.
Yeah, he's like, don't talk to me. I was like, wow, this is it. Yes. I got him.
Because I connected with him. Completely different paths, but I connected with him as a speaker. Might have had something to do with some personal development in there, but that's something that we do every day, personal development.
And even whether that's in the morning time or at nighttime, guys, it's going to not just develop you in this business, it's going to develop you as a person. At least it's helped us also in our marriage, as well. And we work on that every single day. So when your sponsor tells you, are you listening to personal development, and you're telling them no, and then you're making every excuse in the book, then you kind of just have to reflect on yourself, take a step back and say, okay, what is my sponsor telling me, and what am I actually taking, and what am I actually doing? I said the stay coachable. Sorry, I have notes here. The most basic, guys, is also use where talk. In the beginning, everyone is scared of this button. We know it's scary. I've seen the Mark Hughes video, and he explains how scary it is. But then you just get used to it, because practice makes perfect. Nobody in the world wears buttons but us. And you're going to get stared at, and you're going to get asked, and you're going to get told no. But there's so many more people that are going to tell you yes. All you have to do is keep going. All you have to do is talk to one more person. And eventually, those people that told you no, they're going to watch your journey, and they're going to come back, because it's never a no. It's just a not right now. And I remember getting frustrated and, telling him, everyone in the world right now is telling me no. But I kept continuing going to events, and I kept hearing that, and I was like, wow, if I'm getting told no, imagine these people on stage. They're getting told no 100 times more than I am. So keep going, guys. It doesn't mean that person's never going to turn into a yes. Go ahead.
My favorite button response that I did, I'm wearing the button, and this girl says, how do you lose weight? I'm like, what do you mean? You don't need to lose weight.
And then he tries to go back, and he was like, "But you can gain some muscle." I'm like, "It's over." I was like, now, the moment's dead.
Now, so in October, we moved from our 3-bedroom condo in St. Pete to a 4-bedroom house in Tampa.
Thanks, Herbalife.
That specifically because of Herbalife. Herbalife, the money we were making from Herbalife allowed us to afford this house. Now I wear the button inside. I wear it everywhere. I wear it inside the house. We just moved, so the alarm system, you know, everyone comes to the house, tries to sell you stuff. Mm-hmm. So ADT comes, they want to sell me an alarm system. I ended up signing him up as a member because I was wearing my button in the house.
That's right.
So everywhere, wear it everywhere.
It's your own advertisement. People aren't going to know, and you know, you can't say, "Oh, the business is not working" if you're not showing it. If you're not wearing your button, it's nice to wear the brand. Yes, it's nice to wear Herbalife 24, but a lot of people don't know what that is. So if you don't, you know, actually show something else, they're not gonna know. I was gonna say something else, but no, I forgot. Yeah. Anything else you want to say? I went over some of my points. Full-time Herbalife. I know. I'm like going like this. Does anybody have any questions that maybe we can help answer?
Oh, how are we able to do so good now?
How are we able to do so good now? So, I still have alarms because I'm a mom and I get busy, guys. I mean,
results. I lost 15 pounds.
Thank you for asking that. He lost 15 pounds of wonderful fat that he had. Good job, babe. And my first time, I lost 35 pounds after I had my son. And this time around, I haven't weighed myself again, but I had lost 20 pounds just with the simple nutrition before I started working out. And I don't like to get on the scale very often. I know that the scale is nice to know your numbers and everything, but it can get discouraging to some people, guys. So I know that I'm feeling good. I fit in my old clothes, and I feel better than I did before I even had Oliver. So to me, that tells me I already know and I already believe in the products 110% because they have worked for us. Our children take the nutrition as well. It's every day, what shake do you want? And we're out the door. It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient. And those are pretty much my results.
So the button response. There's a good video. Mark Hughes has a button response. Basically, is you just want to ask questions. Mm-hmm. So someone asks you, how do you lose weight? Or are you serious or are you curious? Or they say they're serious. What have you tried before? How did that work for you? Mm-hmm. Why didn't it work for you?
You're leaving that in their court so then they can, you know, they're answering. In the beginning, I used to, I'll tell you guys in a second. In the beginning, before I forget, because I lose my train of thought, I'm OCD. In the beginning, I used to like word vomit over everyone. People would be like, yeah, he was just like, we gotta go. He would drag me. Like, he's like, we gotta go to the car. I'm so sorry. I don't know who this girl is. And now I'm just like, have you ever heard about Herbalife? They'll either tell me yes or no, because some people have, and they somewhere, you know, in whatever. And I say this, I always have my result picture ready. This is, you know, Herbalife. I take Herbalife, and these are my results. Would you like more information? 99% of the time, they tell you yes. So get their information. We had made business cards. We don't really use them. In the beginning...
That was me. I thought that's what you needed because that's the business world. Yeah. I thought that's what you needed, but...
And then just one, I know I'm getting off track, but I remember I went to work one day and he was off, and he's like, babe, I passed like 100 flyers, and I was like, wow, you got out there? He's like, yeah, I put flyers on top of cars in a parking lot. He's like, I'm like, did you talk to one person? He's like, not a single human. I'm like, at least you're trying, babe. But now we know that, guys, you have to talk to people. We also don't, you know, we don't want to hide behind social media or a computer. You have to go out there, and when people look at my button, I'm still also getting better at saying, I know you're looking at my button, you know, and starting that conversation as well. And it can be intimidating, but the worst that they can tell you is no. And that's it.
The moment I notice someone looking at my button, I say, hi, how are you? Mm-hmm. How are you doing? Mm-hmm. I engage them. Because you can see them look at your button. Mm-hmm. And that's a perfect opportunity just to engage a conversation. It might not go anywhere, but it might. But if you don't say anything, it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. That's for sure.
You're letting them go.
Like even though she's staying home.
Go ahead, continue.
So even though she's staying home, we still have limitations on time. So we have to be. We plan everything with intention for our business. Hold on 1 second.
His phone's dying. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Better.
Go ahead.
So we plan everything with intention. Like today, we went to the mall after I got home from work. That was an intention thing there to go. One thing Oliver declared, right? But two, to get some pictures of a post in. So we have to plan. You have to plan your day out. So as far as getting back to social media, when we were starting off with social media, we were trying to post 4 times a day. Our sponsors told us you need to post at least 6. Well, that was a struggle for us until we got on a schedule and figured out, well, let's set alarms. Let's maybe plan our posts for the day before in terms of what are we going to post. So now we post a minimum of 6 with a target of 8. I personally would like to post 10 times a day. The most we've ever gotten was 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would do it 100
times. Get married or Herbalife?
No, we would do it. We would do it 100% because your journey is what makes you. Your progress in your journey is what you're gonna look back on and be like, it was totally worth it. And to us, I look at my kids now and I'm like, you guys are worth every second that I had to get up earlier, every second that I had to go to bed late. He still makes fun of me because sometimes I fall asleep with my phone like this, but I'll tell him, I'm like, I'm not going to bed until I change somebody's life today. And if I fall asleep without doing that, I know that I still gave it my all that day to go ahead and do it.
So engaging people on social media, that's so someone asked, what do we post? So before she quit her job, we talked about what our plan's going to be. Sort of like a 90-day plan, but this is sort of a forever plan. What type of posts are we going to post? We're going to post a good morning post. Generally, it's a motivational post. And then there's always posting stuff about the products.
You want to show people that you consume the products. And guys, you want to get your own results. Yes, it's nice to post others' results, but if people aren't seeing a new result, you can have lost 300 pounds. But how long are you gonna, you can inspire new people, but you also want to go ahead and keep inspiring and keep getting results. And they always say the more products you take, the more you're going to be able to recommend and you're going to be able to share. And I've seen that. We used to have all the tablets, and I was not consistent until recently. I was like, you know what? I just had my second baby. We need to get back. I was like, we are qualifying for Jamaica, which we did. We are so excited. You don't even know. New tabs, at least every single month. And we know that the products works, guys. So you have to believe in yourself, but you have to be consistent also with the products and what you're doing. As far as social media, DMing and all that, that's up to you. I would talk directly to your coach to see what's going to work for you and reaching out to people. We have our own goals in regards to, following of people and unfollowing of people. You might have a different goal with whatever your time allows it of you, but I would get with your coach specifically to see, maybe a plan that's going to work specifically for you.
And every page is different. Mm-hmm. It sounds kind of weird, but there's a generalization with Instagram or social media or Snapchat. But every page has its own unique identity. Like what works on our page doesn't work on Sally Smith's page, and vice versa. So we do post transformation pages. Pictures. We'll post it in the chat because it's my last name.
And nobody knows how to pronounce
Otter's
it.
Box roll out. So
George didn't even understand it when we started, but we'll post it.
So in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
So transformation page or a picture of what we're having for lunch with maybe the cup in the background or the tablets in the background. Sort of like a subliminal
message,
kind of like they do in the movies, because that's what Instagram people want to go to Instagram or social media as an escape from their mundane real world life.
Yeah, they're 9 to 5. They want to be inspired, and you don't know whose life you're going to touch. You'll start learning your page, guys, if that's your DMO, as you go. Like for us, we know that we attract a lot of nurses. We know that I attract a lot of moms.
People from California.
And yeah, a lot of people from California.
From the West Coast for some
reason. Hello, California. So you'll know, but you have to be consistent with it. You can't just be like, okay, well, today I'm going to go ahead and just follow 500 people because I'm inspired today. And tomorrow I had a really bad day, so you know what? I'm just going to take the day off. You're not going to grow like that, guys. You have to be consistent, and you have to continue to do it no matter what.
That's the key. No matter what you choose, no matter what DMO you decide to do, social media, fit camps, passing out flyers, you have to hit it with 100% consistency and with 100% conviction that this is what I'm going to do. Because, a couple, 2 months.
Yeah.
Because it's like breathing. Are you going to be inconsistent with your breathing? No. You breathe every
second.
Every day.
That's right. That's a good. Yeah.
You need it. You need it to live. You need it to survive. Same thing with Herbalife. You have to be consistent. Consistent with your results. Consistent on your products. Consistent on whatever daily method of operation you choose.
That's right. Somebody asked in regards to hashtag. We always, whenever I found out what a hashtag was, I always hashtag just. And my hashtags have changed, since I started. I don't even know what I used to hashtag. And somebody else asked, okay, you answer them 2 months. It took about him 2 months to lose the 15 pounds. Any other questions that you guys may have?
No more questions?
No.
Oh, thank you.
What's our Snapchat? It's fit couple, and then it's a 4 life. And I'll post it in the chat. Do you keep your page private? That is up to you. Us personally, we had it private for a long time for our own personal reasons. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just unprivate it. So we are on private. We're public, so everyone can see our page. You guys were great. Thank you so much.
And we'll post our IG and Snapchat in the.
How far apart do you set alarms for mine?
2 hours.
Every 2 hours, guys. Do you DM IG for potential clients? We used to do that a lot. We used to do that more back then. Now we just. How did your families and friends first feel when you started? Okay. Luckily for us, my family was supportive. They were just like, oh, okay, yeah, you're taking these products. Don't get too skinny, because people think also that I was just trying to, get skinny when really I wanted to get healthy. And then finally I was able to help out my mom. She let me. She lost 15 pounds, guys, just on the nutrition alone. And then they actually saw the bigger picture. We took him to an STS in Miami because we knew that George was going to be the guest speaker, and it was going to be in Spanish for them to understand. And the moment that we went, my parents fell in love. And even though they don't do the business or are not as consistent with the products as they should be, they support us 120%. So if we ever need any help with anything with the kids, they will drop anything that they have to do to help us, because they were like, if this is what you want to do and we know that you want to do it, we will be there for you 110%.
That STS was key.
Yeah.
I mean, I drove 4 hours to go to a Spanish STS.
But he didn't say anything. I remember we got on stage. I think we had just hit World Team the month before, and I knew that George wasn't going to let us get off stage until I said something. So I tried to sneak off, but he didn't let me. He comes up and he's like, "Hola." That's all he said, because that's all he could say. But it was from that moment forth that my parents were like, anything you. Fortunately, I have supportive parents, that have helped us whenever we needed them with our children.
And it was directly related to an event.
To an event.
So events are key.
Yeah.
they saw the vision. They got to speak to George and Disney and George and Disney's parents. Or George's parents.
Because they're from Cuba too.
And they got to see the vision, and so from that moment on, they supported us. There was a little negativity on the drive down, but after that, there was 100% positivity.
How do we engage medical coworkers, like the people I worked with? Well, I obviously wasn't allowed to wear my button, but I got my results, and they would add me on Facebook, so I can post whatever I want on my Facebook, so everyone still sees it. And in the beginning, guys, everyone made fun of me. Everyone's like, oh, Herbalife this, Herbalife that, talking smack. Every single person that talks smack secretly would text me and would be like, hey, Annabelle, how do I get started? But please don't tell the people at work that I want to get started. Like I told you guys, it's never a no. It's just not right now.
So recruiting, someone posted something. Do we suggest recruiting? Recruiting is one of the tables, one of the foundations of the business. Retail and recruiting.
You have to use both to row the boat.
You have to recruit to grow. And someone mentioned something about negativity. You know what? That's going to come. Everybody, there's 420 people in here, and I guarantee you all 420 people have had some sort of negativity. And those people that are negative, they just don't need to be a part of your life. Don't be rude, but they'll weed their own selves out. You're on a better journey because of Herbalife.
Yeah, you're doing something that they're not, and they might not understand that yet. But later down the road, they will. We've had to cut out friends, we've had to cut out families, and those people, we've decided that they didn't need to be in our lives. So they're just missing out. Exactly, they're just missing out on the awesomeness. That's right.
So approach someone to recruit. Well, I mean that. I might get with your sponsor as to specifics, but I mean off the button.
I did everything with intention. I learned to take my mug.
The tote that you get when you become a member, I take that to work. That's my work bag. It's my man purse, whatever.
I
bring it to
shakes.
work. I have my cup at my desk. Everybody that comes into my little office knows there's Herbalife. I don't have my bracelet on now, but the LDW bracelet that you get, I wear that.
I remember going to an event, guys, and the speaker was like, you want to be that Herbalife person. You want to be that person that they go up, and when they think about somebody trying to get healthy, you want to be that person. So I told myself, I said, I am going to be that person. So everyone where I used to work, they would be like, oh, you want to get healthy? Or even when they would see the patients, they would be like, Annabelle, this patient needs a shake. Annabelle, this person, because they knew. Did you ever talk? No, never talked about it to patients. That was a big no-no. We weren't allowed. Yeah, that would get us fired, and obviously.
And for me, I don't ever say. I say you should talk to my wife. Mm-hmm. Let me give you my wife's phone number, or let me give you my wife's information.
He found an indirect way to say that he won't get in trouble.
Yeah, because you can't sell at work, but I can refer them to my wife.
Even his manager asked, and he's like, "Well, my wife can help you."
So, yeah, you got to play with the rules.
Yeah.
That you're dealt, and part of that is at work.
Where do you find out about it?
HerbalifeEvents.com.
Yep. And then your sponsor will know which one. They happen everywhere, every single month, guys. Events are key. As nurses, people ask you detailed questions about their product, like ingredient. Yes, and I specifically said, I am a nurse. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I know that we have amazing products, and I've seen the doctor speak up on stage at Extravaganza, and I know that the products work, and the company has been around for 35 years. So I wouldn't take anything that obviously is not safe for me or my children, because I took it throughout both of my pregnancies. And then they would be like, oh, okay. Because, guys, they were already eating bad McDonald's. So I'm like, you're questioning me about this, but you're not very healthy to begin with.
Key.
That's it. Keeping it simple.
And McDonald's isn't labeled a healthy meal.
No.
Like Formula One.
Yes.
Any more questions? No.
Well, I had a 2-year contract with my nursing job. So we knew that it was going to happen sometime after that because it was a lot of money to pay back. But we didn't think that it was going to happen in January. But as soon as baby Jolie was born, we decided that that was it. We took a leap of faith because, we were like, okay, we need to match this now or not. And, we're still growing. We're still helping our team grow, too. So we're excited for our team to continue to grow, too. Do you talk to people in person?
You don't have to memorize the products. It's good to know the product. When I first started, I had a little notebook and I wrote down Herbalife rebuild strength, 190 calories, 24 grams of whey protein, blah, blah, blah.
Analysis paralysis.
You don't want to be analysis by paralysis. You don't want to hold yourself back because you don't feel comfortable. The basic thing is most people are going to need to lose weight. How did you get started, and why? Why did you get started? That's that, and then you convey that to the person that you're speaking with.
And share your results, guys. Even if that means losing 1 pound, even if that just means having more energy, that's still a result. That's a result that you didn't have before. Like for me, I used to nap all the time before I even had children, and I don't have to nap, guys. I have my tea.
Yes.
And I have we have 4 kids.
Yes, we get nervous.
Yes, we still get nervous.
I think. For the most part.
Yes. And they'll know, guys, when you're trying to when you're passionate about it or when you're just trying to sell them something. I sent it to the chat, but our IG is Ottersbach. I can't even say it. OTTERSBACHS, Ottersbach, _roll_out. Yeah, Ottersbach roll out, because that's what we tell our kids when we leave every time, and they know. Any other questions that we can help answer for you guys?
We'll talk for her.
I know, I'm like...
She likes to talk.
Hello. No, we're close.
Didn't want to see it. You just need to go do it.
Just do it.
If you feel that it's something that you want to do and you want to give it a shot, then just go ahead and try it. You're not going to be successful if you don't. So you just need to try it. Is there any books, videos that you recommend?
There's 5 videos that are in there in the business chat. I would recommend that you're watching them. And then we also listen to Mark Hughes, Jim Rohn, and we listen to Grant Cardone a lot for personal development.
I don't listen to the radio in the car anymore. Since I have such a long ride to work now.
I am 25 and he is 37. I was about to tell him he's 38. He's going to be 38. There's a 12-year difference.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect. But I don't listen to the radio anymore. I listen to audiobooks. And that's just what I do.
Yeah.
Even the kids know it.
They know. And to emphasize on that, the kids even know now when it's time for an event, they'll be like, okay, it's your monthly event, good luck, or are you guys, we've even done production, so he's taken our oldest with him the night before to kind of see, how to set up, and he was like in love with it. So we're hoping that maybe when he's 14 and if he wants to get into it, that he will be attending the events with us.
And we do talk to people in person. We kind of make it a goal to try to talk to at least one person to whoever is where we're going. We went to the mall today, and we made it a goal to talk to at least one person. I know some people go out and hit the streets and try to talk to 10, 20 people. That's just not something we have time for. So if we go to a restaurant or if we go to the mall or wherever we decide to go, we try to talk to at least one person there. A conversation around Herbalife or spark a conversation.
Yeah.
That's kind of our thing.
Do everything with intention. Say something. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a song. Good song.
Oh, the kids are great. The kids help. For the most part.
Good luck, guys. If there's not any more questions, you guys are more. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, George and Disney, for giving us the opportunity to, share our story. I know they told us a certain time, and I just talked away. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday night, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys next Monday. And don't forget, LDW, guys, coming up. Qualify for everything.
Extravaganza.
Bye, guys. And extravaganza. Everything. Just go to all the events.